Buenos dias. This is the traditional, becoming the traditional bread of Casa del Fuego. And this is the dough that I made last night. And this is 2 cups of water, just tepid water, and 2 teaspoons of yeast in the water, 4.5 cups of flour, and I use 3 cups of white flour and 1.5 cups of whole wheat flour, and then a tablespoon of salt. And I mix it in the stand-up mixer with the dough hook for about 2 minutes. And then I put it in the refrigerator, cover with saran wrap, put it in the refrigerator overnight. So this is what we have in the morning, this beautiful dough. So now what I do is take a pan, any kind of a pan, and put semolina on the pan, like this. And this is just to give it a little chance to rest from the refrigerator. So I take it and I go like this, just to get it out of this pan. And then I drop it on the parchment paper with semolina. And that's it. It's just going to rest there for maybe 1/2 hour. And then I'll show you the next step. The real secret of making this incredible bread is all in this Le Creuset pot. And this is a cast iron enameled pot. And this becomes the oven that you actually bake the bread in. But so what we're going to do is we're going to preheat the oven to 450 degrees. So 450 degrees. And we're going to put the pan, this whole beautiful pan, in the oven. And let the oven preheat for 1/2 hour with the pan in the oven to get really hot. So what I've done with the dough is just let it rest here. And I put, what I happen to have in my house is just a wok, something that's a dome that doesn't touch the dough. And you put that over the top of the dough and let the dough just rest while the oven heats up and the pan heats up for 1/2 hour. Okay, this dough has been resting with this cover on it, so we're going to remove the cover, and then you have a pretty flat dough. So what I use is a dough mover, dough mover thing. And so I'm going to just kind of scoop it up and fold it over the top. Scoop it and fold it and sort of make it into a shape that's going to become something that's going to fall into that pan that's in the oven to give it just a bit of a rustic kind of a shape. And you don't have to be careful with it at all because it's going to take a shape of its own and it's going to be amazing. So don't even fuss with it. Just pile it on top of it. Okay, that's it. Now we'll take this dough and we're going to open up the oven and get that really hot pan moved forward. Okay, hot. And drop this into the pan. Okay? And put the lid, don't forget your mitt with this lid because it's burning hot. Put it back in the oven. The oven's at 450, so we're going to set the timer for 30 minutes. So it's 30 minutes with the cover, and then at the end of 30 minutes you take the cover off and you cook it for another 15 minutes. So we'll be back in 30 minutes. Okay, 30 minutes have passed, and now we're going to just take the lid off the pan. But let's take a look at the bread, as you can see how it's baking so far. So the oven is really hot. Take the lid off the pan and see this incredible bread already? So we'll put the bread back in, and then we'll set the timer for 15 minutes. And by the way, I did forget one step before I put the bread in the oven, and that was to just take a little bit of flour in a little strainer that I use, a little like, here, let me show you. I have it here. No, sorry. Here it is. This little strainer. And I just scoop a little bit of flour and I put it over the top of the bread. It just makes it look better when it comes out of the oven. And so I'll see you in 15 minutes. Our pan should be ready to be removed out of the oven. Let's shut the oven off first. And we'll bring it to the top. And here is our beautiful pan. So what I do now is take it out of this hot pan and put it on some kind of a rack. This paper is cool, so it's perfect for moving this bread. So look, isn't that gorgeous? And we'll put it on this rack and let it cool. And we have guests with us today that are going to be enjoying Casa del Fuego traditional rustico pan, which is bread in Spanish.
And we are ready.
I hope you enjoy yours.